Oh yes, folks, wherever you are, good morning, and a pleasant welcome to your most informative and number one Christian media institution. And good morning to the program Maggie Morning Draft, your trusted companion as the sun rises and brings you a new day. Good morning, my name is Zikar Vululleh, and it is a joy to join you this morning, this early morning presentation on Maggie Morning Draft, a program that brings you uplifting stories and a message of hope in faith. And so this is Maggie FM 90.5, where we believe each morning is a gift from God. It is indeed an opportunity to be grateful, to grow and to go forward in God's grace. And so this morning, as we bring you the latest headlines in our presentation this morning, we want to encourage you to always be mindful and be reminded that God is our refuge, He is our comforter. And so this morning, we want to encourage you to remain steadfast in everything you do that will glorify the goodness of God. We like to apologize for coming in a little bit due to some issue we had here in studio, ranging from electricity and other technical issues here we were facing. But howbeit, we are grateful to God. Everything were resolved amicably. And so good morning wherever you are this morning watching us on Facebook, on YouTube. We want to say thank you so much. You can also help to share the link of the show. We are live on Facebook, Magkre, Maggie Foundation International, and also on YouTube, Magkie, Magkre apostrophe STV, and you will watch our live video there on Facebook. You can also invite someone to listen along with you via the radio. And so good morning wherever you are this morning. We care a lot for you. Maggie FM cares. That's why we are here every morning to bring you happiness around the world, followed by inspirational messages here on Maggie FM 90.5, the only Christian media institution in this region. And so this morning, what are stories we will be part reading? The success community endorsed prominent figures in the community to lead them. We will also be diving into additional talks. That is the inspirational segment of this presentation. talking about youth initiative. That is our discussing point this morning on youth initiative. And so after that, we will bring you our usual motivational tips from the Bible. And remember, coming up at 7 o'clock, we will take our news update. That is a regular feature here on this presentation. Let me say good morning to our regular listeners across Liberia. Good morning to the Chief Executive Officer of Maggie Foundation International. I know he's following there in the USA. Pastor Colinos Nyamato. You can say hi to me for your daddy wife, Mother Rita Mato. All of you are there in the USA. You can say hi to the rest of the cakes there in the USA. Good morning to our team here in Liberia, making sure that Maggie Foundation International is the best local organization here in Liberia. Good morning to our country director, Pastor Harrington Wallow. You are there in the nation's capital. Let me say good morning to you in a very special way. Say hi to your darling wife, Miss Grace Wallow, as well. And good morning to Mr. Hector Vululleh. You are the Finance Officer of Maggie Foundation International. Good morning to you, Mr. Abraham M. Alpha. You happen to be the coordinator of the programs here at Maggie International as well. Good morning to you, Mr. Jack P., the monitor, and the rest of the folks here at Maggie Foundation International. Good morning to folks that have already started watching us on Facebook. Good morning to you, Mr. Samuel C. Gate. You are one of our regular followers this morning. I really appreciate the effort you make by always following our show wherever you are this morning. Maggie FM recognizes your effort in the role you continue to play in monitoring and watching all of our live broadcasts. And so he said, good morning, Maggie. Thank you, Chief. And so this morning, let me say good morning to the regular presenter of this program, who is currently in Vululleh County on a bereavement trip. Let me say good morning to you, Patrick M. David. Wherever you are there in Vululleh County. You can say hi to the rest of the family there, and also extend my condolence to the family for the loss of grandmother. Okay, and so this morning, if you are not feeling too well, I want to wish you a speedy recovery. It is your birthday. Let me say a happy birthday treat from me to you exclusively. If it is pending tomorrow and days to come, let's have it as a pre-birthday treat. To all of you who are celebrating your birthday on this day, if it is been done already, let's have it as a belated birthday treat. To all of you this morning, if you are celebrating any happy moment of your life, let me say, let's take this break shortly and we will join you in the subsequent time. Okay, let's take this short break and be with you.
Together in unity, let's come together in transparency. Let's come together in love. Kwanu atoi, kwanyoi, kwanu ni matoi, kwanyoi, kwani manyomu, bekasikade, kwani manyomu, guri kasuka, kwani manyomu, bekasikade, ni masene, sebo zamu, me asaro kola nima, nembo zamumbo, etoto kwako, etoto kwako. Nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo mundo. Nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo mundo. Nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo ne. Nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo ne. Nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo ne. Kwanu kwako, kwanu kwako, kwanu kwako, kwa nima sedoe, makluyaso, kwa waso yasone, kwanu kwako. Kwa nima sedoe, nima meruwe, nima meruwe, kwanu kwako, kwa nima sedoe. Hey, kanune nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo mundo. Nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo mundo.
Okay.
Nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo ne. Nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo ne. Nima mero kabwe, nima mero kabwe, kwa yo ne. Kwanu kwakwa, nima mero kwanu, kwanu kwakwa kwanu kwakwa kwanu kwakwa senendoena. Nima sene sebo sambo, kwanu kwakwa kwa senendo. Makuyazo, dina dosu yasore, kwambo su yaso, meaye yakasi yasore. Kwanu kwako, nima tuene tonso, miaso wamia wapobeto. Nima mega kakwa kamu mega ni masenegai sabo zonena kwa pamu ne kwa kumbe ni masekankane ni mamekakoro ni masekankane ni mamekakoro ni masengi kwa kumbe kwa pamu mode kwa ni makumbe kwa ni masane kumbe mea undanu lebo kwa no kwako mea unsaba lebo kwa no kwako mea edenu kamaye hey ton kamenu kamaye kabekuga kakwaga bekudo deipube kwado 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 kwako zinza kwano kwako zinza zo zo zinza zo zo zinza unero dan kamoze era no kamoe kaka bawisuri kakare kadesi akai kamomui kwa kankan katane kazoe kwado kwako zinza zo zo zinza ni mamenu kwado kwako kabeboga kakwaga kabeboga kakwaga bebodo deipube kwado.
Oh yes, welcome back and thanks for rejoining us after that long break. We were trying to set other things right this morning on Maggie FM 90.5, but it's good to be back this morning. The time is now 3 minutes past. It's 7 o'clock. At this point, we will take now a break and bring you our news update, which is a regular feature on Maggie Morning Drive this morning. Let's now go for this break. Thereafter, we'll bring you our news update. Welcome back. In our news update this morning, Maggie Morning Drive, Liberia's Minister of Finance and Development Planning, Augustine Payton Gamfon, has departed the country to lead a high-level delegation to the 2025 annual meetings of the African Development Bank, the AFDB, taking place in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire from May 26 to 30, 2025, according to a press release issued on Saturday, May 24, 2025, by the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning. Minister Gamfon is accompanied by Deputy Minister of Economic Management, Honorable Depo Zuo. The delegation is expected to participate in critical engagements that bring together policymakers and stakeholders from across the continent and the international development community. A major highlight of this year's meetings will be the election of a new president of the African Development Bank Group, as the current president, Dr. Ali Kumini A. Adesina, concludes his second 5-year tenure. President Liberia's delegation will be actively involved in the electoral and policy dedication surrounding key transition in leadership at the bank. In addition to participating in plenary sections, Minister Gamfon will hold a series of bilateral and multilateral discussions on the sidelines of the news event. Notably, he is scheduled to meet with the head of the African Water Factory on Monday. That engagement will include the managing director of the Liberia Water and Steel Corporation, Honorable Mohammed Ali, the African Water Facility based in Abidjan, is a major development initiative focused on mobilizing resources to support water security and sustainable development in Africa and align with the African Water Vision for 2025 and its Sustainable Development Goals for 2030. Minister Gamfuan has also been invited to attend such event to co-hosted by the Club de Madi, where discussions will focus on driving Africa's economic future, digital transformation for inclusive growth and governance. This year's AFDP meeting are convened under the theme Making Africa's Central Work Better for Africa's Development, with an emphasis on unlocking the continent's financial, human, and natural resources to drive inclusive and sustainable growth. Participants are expected to explore innovative strategies for learning, interior capital, and attracting external and internal investment to accelerate Africa's long-term transformation. Notorious drug trafficker Casey Okowono Nabli, again in Rivergy, in a block struck against the illicit drug trade. The Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, the LDEA, in Rivergy County apprehended a familiar face on Thursday, May 22, 2025. Casey Okowo, a 30-year-old Nigerian national residing in Bepo, Kawiki, or television. The suspicious package delivered by an unidentified vehicle contained 106.9 grams of heroin and 101.0 grams of drugs, a huge value at over LD 713,700 on the street. Okowo's arrest marks yet another chapter in this long history of drug-related offenses. Despite multiple run-ins with the law, he continued his trade with inquiry until Thursday's burst. Currently under investigation, Okowo is slated to face the Fishtown Magisterial Court on Monday, today, May 26, 2025. Authorities are hopeful that this related arrest signals progress in disseminating the drug trafficking rings operating in Rivergy County. Renowned sports journalist Nathaniel S. Tokwa has been named the 2024-2025 Best Commentator by the Sports Writers Association of Liberia SWAG, recognizing his outstanding contributions to sport broadcasting in the country. The prestigious award was presented at a special ceremony hosted by the Sport Writers Association of Liberia, drawing media professionals, sports analysts, and fans from across Liberia. Nathaniel began his journey in sports journalism at Voice of Compa, where he quickly became known for his passion and insightful commentary. His dedication to the craft earned him the position of Nima County correspondent for KMTV, one of Liberia's leading media outlets. In addition to his role on air success, Nathaniel made history by becoming the first manager of Maggie FM 90.5, a rising station in Liberia's broadcasting landscape and the only Christian radio station in Nimba. Many in the sports media community have praised Nathaniel's and praised his work ethic, deep understanding of the game, and commitment to promoting sports across the country. Especially in rural areas like Nimba County, the SWAG Best Commentator Award airs to Nathaniel S. Tokwa's great legacy in Liberia's sport journalism as an inspiration to young broadcasting in the country. And still here on the news bulletin, that's news update this morning on Maggie FM 90.5, and finally, as part of efforts to strengthen grassroots leadership, several individuals officially endorsed on Sunday, May 25, to contest for key positions within the Sussex community in Ganta City, Niba County. Mr. Randall S. Quigley received endorsement to contest for the position of community chairman. Alongside him, Comfort Gono was endorsed to run as co-chair, while Junior Lawa was about to contest as youth chairperson. The endorsement program brought together community leaders, elders, and youth who expressed confidence in their aspirants' ability to lead and bring positive change to the community. Speaking at the event, Mr. Quigley thanked supporters for the endorsement and promised to run a campaign focused on community development and accountability. The endorsement marks the beginning of a new political section in the Sussex community as residents prepare to elect leaders who will share the future of their community. And that's the news update this morning on this presentation. Let's now go for this break. We'll come back, we'll bring you the actuality of our newsmaker this morning on Maggie FM 90.5 with me, Zikar, and Vululleh. Welcome back and thanks for rejoining us again for the second time. The news update is a regular feature on this presentation. Up next, we will take our usual commercial commitment. When we come back, we start rolling out verses of our newsmaker this morning on this presentation. If you are just joining us, it is indeed a reminder that you are listening to a program coming to you on Maggie FM 90.5. Maggie FM is the light of the world situated here on the back road of the LPMC around the E&J Medical Center here in Ganta City, Niba County. If you're just joining us, we'd like to say welcome. If you just enter Niba County, welcome to Ganta. This is the home of hospitality, the city that does not sleep any day. Niba County happens to be the breadbasket for Liberia. Let's now take this break from our commercial commitment. When we come back, we'll bring you voices of our newsmaker this morning on Maggie FM 90.5.
Go, you are thinking about Aslam Metal Liberia, NSO?
Yes, so say, my brother. This company that I've been working with our people in government for 20 years. That the one we already know for the good things they are doing.
Drink some cold water and then listen to me. 1. Aslam Metal now do it again, yeah, my sister. On Tuesday, Aslam Metal broke ground for a construction of 28-kilometer road from Kakata Peloton community straight to the Firestone Golf Club house near Habe. The community people in Kakata say the road spoke a long time and they asked Aslam Metal to help fix it and the company agree. As we are speaking now, one Liberian company from right in Maggie County is fixing that road, which will cost Aslam Metal 527,000 American money. The people say thank you to Aslam Metal. Up to today's date, the company has employed more than 7,000 Liberians and created many jobs through different contractors. When the new mineral development agreement passed, few Aslam Metal say plenty job will waste wasa.
But wait small now. Let me also rub my mouth inside the name of some of the good things this friendly company Aslam Metal is doing.
Okay, Oko, please go ahead.
Look, AstraMeta is giving farming tools, empowering our community groups with big contracts, giving helping hand to 3 counties for sport, and the company is always standing with us, Grigba, when it comes to our community development activities.
Look, this is why I am begging those who are to pass this company mineral development agreement to pass it quick for more than 2,000 new jobs to come for us to enjoy our lives. Yoli.
AstraMeta Liberia,
strengthening Liberia, safeguarding our future. Let's protect and pass the mineral development agreement for more jobs to come. Yeah.
A message from ArcelorMittal Liberia.
Why is someone here that Papa won't do your break or so?
My daughter, I don't know what really happening to me. I've been sick. I go to the all clinic, to the all hospital, Abuaka, the same condition can get so. I just suffering, so I just saying now, I just looking.
So, Obiela, you don't hear about Maggie Clinic before?
Maggie Clinic?
Yes, Maggie Clinic. Maggie Clinic is located in a royal community where adjacent pool parties. And at Maggie Clinic, we get there for doctors. Doctor can come every morning to see the patient. And at Maggie Clinic, our lab is fully equipped, which means we can run plenty tests. We run tests like manual tests. We do your TAFO test. We do your H. pylori, where people can call it the also test. Then we can do your blood level to see whether your blood high or low. We do your poo-poo test. We do your pee-pee test. And we also do your skin test to know in the two we can do the test there too. Then again we can also do many more tests when you come. When you come at the facility. And at Maggie Clinic, our pharmacy is also well equipped. Any condition you bring, we have medicine for it.
Hey, my daughter, so me Maggie Clinic talking about all the good things you do. I will pay money for it.
Now just small thing you will pay when you visit the Maggie Clinic.
Hey, our old people say anything I know is older than you. I don't know that Maggie Clinic right here to solve them out. Where that stigma problem are they saying that they're suffering with it. So, my daughter, tell me, say where find the Maggie Clinic?
Maggie Clinic is located in Royal Community in Kanta. Again, one thing, the small your grandchildren are to the hospital, we get vaccine for them. The big better we get vaccine for them. The ordinary, we never get better, we get vaccine for them. We got the COVID vaccine here. And again, the big better we get registered midwife. Now we see them from Monday to Thursday. So at my clinic, we have so many experienced and qualified people that will meet your needs.
Thank you. From Monday to Thursday for big belly. Hey, I say thank you so much for telling me this. I am going to Maggie Clinic now.
Okay, open error. Let me give you the clinic number just in case. So to contact the clinic directly, you call 0887 21 6709 or 0776 33 8585. At Maggie Clinic, health is wealth. Your health matters. At Maggie.
Oh yes, that break is indeed a regular feature on this presentation. We bring you this quick update before our actuality. A girl identified as Naomi Dopo has allegedly killed her boyfriend George Yango, who resides at the Starwood Farm along the Wheeler Kagata Hatchway. According to eyewitnesses, Naomi Dopo insisted that George Yango go along at her house to sleep, but George Yango insisted no. Naomi Yango got angry, took a stick and mocked George Yango at the back of his head, which led to his untimely death. Police in Maggie County are investigating and in search of Naomi Dobo, who is currently on the run as police investigation is ongoing. So that is the update there. Another sad incident that happened about 10 hours ago in that part of Liberia. And so up next now we will bring you our actuality segment on this presentation, like you hear in our news. On yesterday, the 25th day of May 2025, the Success Community in Ghana endorsed key residents of the community to lead the affairs of the community ahead of the pending election within the community. Those endorsed are the chair lady Comfort Gono, Mr. Junior Lawa as youth chairperson, and Mr. Randall Esquigle as chairperson. During the endorsement ceremony, both accepted the endorsement and are willing to work along with the community. After the program, Mistress Comfort Gono spoke with the press and outlined her plans for the community. Here is Comfort Gono in conversation with the press.
About today's endorsement statement, I'm very grateful. I'm overwhelmed and happy. The community can have trust in us.
Sorry, this is Madam Comfort.
I stay here today and I'm glad to be chosen among my colleagues. Now we are in the race for me to be endorsed today by the body of Success community. I'm so happy. And I stay here to accept all those that has come to endorse this program for me and their support that have been given to me. I stay here to accept all. And I pray that I will work along with my community people, the youth, the Arabs, and the women within Success community. I will work with them in lines. Whatsoever that they need for me to do, I will do it. I'm not going to stay here because I'm from Zulu. But I stay here to tell you people the first soon of Success community. I will lead you people to your satisfaction. Whatsoever that you will bring on the table for me, I will be able to address it and satisfy you people. And as you mean it, and when she said she's doing it, she mean it. And I say here to promise you people, you know, now you will not believe, but you will say what my secretary has read here. I'm a woman who been putting women together. And leadership, like you see, you can be born with leadership. I am born with leadership. I know how to take care of people. I know how to counsel people. And when you come with me with tension, I know how to cool you down and you will smile. People are pledged their support to me in the entire Success community, the whole force. Do not be afraid. I want you people to vote me. You will see what it means. You will be able to see it. Send appreciation to my daddy, my mom, Rhoda. He's with me in spirit here, present. And I say my thank appreciation to my husband, my honey. He's so honorable.
Mistress Comfort Gono accepting the endorsement speech by residents of the Sussex community to contest as the chair lady of the community in the pending election. Meanwhile, Randall S. Quigley also spoke with the press after accepting his endorsement speech. Here is Randall Quigley.
About today's endorsement statement, I'm very grateful, I'm overwhelmed and happy. The community can have trust in us that the messages we've been giving them as related to the election has resonated. Our people are convinced right now in this community.
Were you taken by surprise?
Actually, because I was informed, and they've been coming to me, that they want me to serve them. And if the community is coming to you, asking you to
I'm talking
deny
about
them.
the endorsement today.
Yeah.
Were you informed or they took you by surprise that they're going to endorse you?
It was surpassing it. Actually, I was not informed, but later I kind of knew how God are here. Because if I were not informed, I wouldn't have been here. So yes, let me say this.
What really you have been doing this community, you necessary to go and serve them?
We have done a lot for this community. I entered the community since 7 years now. And when we entered here, there was no community in Ghana called Success Community. We opened this place. We use our bare hands, shovels, hooks, right? Zikar, some of these streets you're looking at. And later, on the recent man will come and help us create, our way. Besides that, we have empowered our youth in so many directions. When it comes to their game and league in the community and other things, we have been giving them football, jersey, and so on. Besides that, our own engagement with the community, our own interaction with the community has proven us beyond all reasonable doubt. This is why they are coming up today to endorse.
What are your top 3 priorities when you as chairman for the community?
Thank you for that question. Currently, social community is an island, right? You see the swamp surrounding the community. So every time we have road, connection, we are not able to connect to other communities. Like for example, this road is going. They stopped the swamp because there's a swamp down there. So we were not able to cross. So as we are about to take over this community, our key priority, number one, is how we to advocate, to talk to other leaders to help us and connect us with PANFA, connect our community with ENJ, and also that we can have easy access to ENJ. These are things that we are about to do. And besides that, we want to unite our community. We want accountability and transparency in this community. These are things that we are coming up.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. So, finally, what can you say about today's attendance?
Yes, I'm very much happy, right? I am very happy. I am surprised that the community can see and know me to be their leader. That they can come to me and ask me, Randall, we want you to be our leader. But I'm not surprised again because my engagement with them, my interaction with them, the way I've been living with them, they are quite aware that I'm a good person, I'm a patient person. Community leadership is about being patient. Community is about, somebody that is able to advise, somebody that is able to investigate issues. I will focus. And the main thing here is your presence should always be felt because everything that happens in the community should be aware, right?
What can you say about today's?
Mr. Randall S. Quigley there talking to the press after being endorsed to contest for the chairmanship of the Sussex community here in Ganta City, Nimba County. You can keep sending your wise words and comment on stories we are carrying this morning on 0881 571 100 0881 571 10, that's 110 0775 946 021 0775 946 021, and you will be live this morning on Maggie Morning Drive with me, Zikar Vululleh. If you're also live on Facebook, you can leave your comment on our page, both YouTube and Facebook. We are committed to reading them live this morning on Maggie 90.5. Next on this presentation, we will now dive into today's discussing point, which has to do with youth initiative. Okay, and so we have now 30 minutes to the end of this presentation, and so shortly we will dive quickly into our today's message, which is about youth taking initiative. And so this morning we want to challenge and inspire you, our listeners. Basically, talking about the youth, that great things never happen by waiting. If you believe or think that by waiting for things to happen or for great things to come to you, then of course, in my mind, you are thinking in the wrong dimension, because great things happen by doing. And so they happen when faith takes the first step. When you have the faith that you can do this, it leads to greatness. And so we are talking about the power of taking initiative, especially as young Christians, as young people. Remember that God is not just looking for ability, right? God is also in search of your availability, right? What you are available and able to do. We all here, we have certain potential within us, but many a times they are hidden only because we don't want to take initiative. And so let's wake up. Let's dream the dream we want to dream. Right? Let's wake up and keep doing things we want to see happenings in our life. And so too many dreams die only because they are still in the waiting room. They are waiting. And that leads to the dream dying down. But you are created to move. You have to move. Get out of your comfort zone. Step out. Step out with faith. Even when you don't have the full picture, God is there for you. So take a bold step with faith towards what you want to see happening. And so if we talk about initiative, basically it means that doing what needs to be done. Right? Doing what needs to be done without being told. Without someone telling you, you do this, do that. Sometimes even in the home you wake up, you know, mommy, daddy needs to take a shower, need to bath. Just go and fetch a bucket of water. You must not be told to even sweep the yard before doing that. You must not be told before doing your house chores, before doing that. Those are different forms of initiative. Right? So even in our rural communities, we see the road, it's been damaged. But then we have the ability to use our shovels, cutlasses to even brush along the road. But at times we will not do it. Learn to take initiative. Right? That it also leads to spiritual maturity. And so remember what the Bible says in Romans 5 verse 8. The Bible says, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. And so the inspiration about this verse is that Jesus didn't wait for us to get it right. He stepped in first. He initiated salvation. Right? So Christ did not wait for us to be sinner before dying for our sins. Right? He took initiative because probably he knew we are sinners. And because every day, maybe not willingly or not being intentional as a sinner, but Christ died for us. That was a form of initiative that Jesus took for mankind. And so if our Savior was bold enough to act before deceiving, and then we must learn to lead. We must learn to forgive. We must learn to serve. We must learn to love without being asked. These are different forms of initiative. Many a times we step someone told, and we don't even say sorry. We just pass our way. Just by telling someone I'm sorry, it heals the home. It kills that person pains. Just turn around, I'm sorry. Even come on, good morning, hello, it's very important. Let's learn these things. And so in Nehemiah, we'll give you great instances where people took initiative, right? Like the story of Nehemiah. When he heard about Jerusalem's walls were broken, what did he do? He didn't wait. He prayed. He planned and went there. In Nehemiah 2 verse 5, it says, if it passes the king, right, send me. And so the lesson in this context or in this verse is that we should be the one to say, send me, even if the tax is bigger than you, right? And in my mind, I don't see any tax bigger than you. Once you are willing to go into it with your might, God is there to guide you. That's why many times I will tell students there is no subject that is difficult, because many times our students will say math is hard, chemistry is hard, this is hard, if I don't know it, and blah blah and blah, right? It is, you are already defeated yourself. And so no matter how that subject is being taught to the simplest way, you already have that deceived mindset that you don't know it. So you have considered yourself as a failure. And so always take a bold step. Say, yes, I can do it. I can make it. Be optimistic in anything you want to do. We know the story about David. He wasn't invited to the battlefield. No, he wasn't. But when he saw Goliath mocking God, what did he do? He said, let no one lose heart. I will fight. And that was saying 1 Samuel 17 verse 32. Right? Those are different initiatives. Goliath took initiative when he saw that God has been mocked. Right? He wasn't invited to go on the battlefield. No. That was a kind of self-initiative that he took. And what happened? He overcame Goliath. In Esther took initiative to approach the king, even at a great personal talk or personal risk. In Esther 4 verse 14, perhaps you were made queen for such a time like this. So probably that is a purpose that God sent you on this earth for. Always try things, try new things. Keep trying, because that is the only way that leads to greatness. If you just sit like a famous saying says, try. If you want to succeed, keep trying. Right? And so there are different barriers to taking initiative. There are different barriers, and maybe self barriers. But that's why many a times when people ask about being successful, if I challenges, at times personally I feel that there is no challenge, okay? Because nothing good comes free. Nothing good comes free. So for the father to succeed, you must have had some challenges. So we should not look at the challenge, right? That's in chemistry. Hess's law says, Hess's law doesn't look at the very path it takes to get to the very point, right? But the outcome of that. And so fear to failure. Some of us, we don't want to take initiative because at times we don't want to fail. We believe that going into it, if we don't succeed, we are failure, and therefore we don't want to go into it, right? Remember in 2 Timothy 1 verse 7, Bible says God has not given us a spirit of fear, right? So we should be bold enough to take initiative, because God is there to always open doors for us. You may feel trying, you may fail, but you have already failed if you never try. So you already a failure if you refuse to try. So we say always keep trying, keep trying. Be optimistic in everything you want to do. You want to pass your exam, you have to study steadfastly. If you want to be a good Christian, you have to commit your life to Christ. Go to church, and not just that, do those things that God requires us to do. Many a times we don't take initiative because we are waiting for permission. Oh yes, you must be told to do XYZ things before doing it. And so many young people often feel that they are too young to lead. Or sometimes to some, they feel they are inexperienced. Right? I'll set an example with one of the young individual here, right? Emmanuel Klonki. There's a young man who graduated from LRCC here a year or two back, and Emmanuel is making progress. This young man, he has his own company that is producing local products, right? Like the he produces peppermint, and different products. Unlike for other young people that feel they are too young to take initiative. Try a new thing. Take initiative. Do not be lack of self-belief. Right? Don't believe that you can't do it. Don't believe that you are too young to take initiative. And so, do not let anyone to look down on you because maybe you are young or for any other reason. You have to unleash that potential that God has placed in you. Every young person, every human being you see today that are successful, they never came on the face of this earth successful. We all came here the same way, and so we are expected to do things. It could not be the same way, but in different dimensions, in different ways that will impact another person, that will impact the world. Remember a famous saying by one of the US philosophers says, you think of what you can do for your country and not what the country can do for you. So think of taking initiative on things that will improve other people's lives, things that you will do that others will benefit from. So don't be that person who will always be a taker and not a giver. Bible says it is what? Blessed to give than to take. And so Moses said that he was speaking to Jeremiah, right? I'm too young. Gideon said, I'm the least. Right? So Moses said to himself that, quote unquote, I can't speak. And Jeremiah said he was too young. And Gideon said to, I'm the least. And I know these are statements that young people at times we make in our minds. Oh, I'm too young to lead. I can't do this. And maybe I'm the least. Who told you so? Right? Start something. Remember, God is going to be with you. To the start, to the end. So, what leads to failure is the unworthiness or failing to start something. And so, there are practical ways that leads to taking great initiative. Here at our home, in our school, at our church, we should not wait for a little to serve. We should be solution-minded. We should think of finding solution to problems. Right? We should be solution seeker and not problem seekers. And so, we should not just complain. We should think. Think think of things that we can do to fix something. Right? Let's take small step. When we talk about initiative, it doesn't always mean we should grab it big as we think. It starts small. Sometimes it starts small and it begins to grow. Another practical example is Nathaniel's success. Nathaniel, when he started as sport reporter as first of Gomba, I mean, he was not where he is today. He started, I know, probably some may, laugh at him, back the radio or so. But Nathaniel, he grew in the commentary segment, and now today he's been recognized as Liberia's best sport commentator or sport journalist. Right? That is initiative. You don't have to be expert, you don't have to have degree in things before doing it. Start, and at times you see other people guiding you and you can learn from it on and on before looking. In fact, you already excel, you gone far. Sometimes let's volunteer our time. Let's share with other people. Let's listen to different sermons, to different great speeches from different philosophers, from our mentors. That is going to help us to grow. And so we have to trust God as well. You are called to plant and to water, right? And God will bring the growth. We should be listener. And so sometimes you have been waiting to do, but today, this morning, you are challenged to start. Start something. Start something. Take initiative. Don't wait. You are not too young to lead. If you feel nothing is in the head, something is there. God has placed something there. That little ideas that you have, I know at times it comes to your mind because you failed to actualize it, it goes back. Sometimes you have to jot them down in your diary book and go back, review them. That is going to help you. We have 11 minutes until 8 o'clock, and coming up at 8, we will close door to this presentation here this morning on Maggie FM 90.5. Good morning to you, Patrick and David. You are watching us from Lufa County. And to all of you that are following us, we say thank you so much. You can also help to share the link of the show. We will really, really appreciate everything you do. And so this morning, to our listeners, we want to encourage you to take initiative. Your initiative could be the answer to someone's prayer. That little thing that maybe you felt couldn't make any impact, that you felt maybe it's not important, that could be something that someone has prayed for years over. But because you took initiative, it has happened. Remember, everything was impossible until someone did it. Today we see different things that we use. We see cell phone, we see internet, we see vehicles, we see everything. It never existed. But what? Someone took initiative and they invented it. And today, you and myself are using it. We are not saying go and invent and maybe discover new things. But the point is, take initiative. Engage other people. There are things you know, others don't know. Share with them. And the only sure way to know that you know something is by being pragmatic. by particularizing it. If you go to school and earn the degree, the master, PhD, and what have you, you come and sit at your home and do nothing. Yes, you are educated. Sorry, you are literate, because there is a distinction between being literate and being educated. So the point is, let's be a little practical, right? My grandmother, for example, is not literate. She didn't go to school and XYZ, but based on the context, she's educated in the sense that there are things that many of us that are educated will do that those we considered not educated will not do. Many of us, we walk in the street, we eat banana and drop the peel in the street. We get cold water after drinking. We put the peel of the cold water right in the street. Even in our homes, we cook. After cooking, you see the diets. In fact, the pot, everything is untightly. That is not being educated. You have a book in your head, that is being literate. You are literate because you can read and write. But there are things that you need to be educated on. Our other people in the interior, most of them did not go to school, never start in classroom. But there are things that they are educated on. You will never see them cook and leave the dishes, everything untightly, and maybe go inside the sleep or start doing everything. After cooking, they will make sure, pack everything and put everything in shape. But many of us, even in our favorite schools, yet we have trash cans, but then after drinking the water, we just place the diet anywhere we want to, even in the classroom. That is wrong. That is wrong. And so we are saying you're initiated to could be someone's prayer request, or that small step, that initiative that you will take, it will answer someone's prayer. And so the world needs your courage. The church needs your ideas. The community needs your involvement. Your neighbors need your contribution. And guess what? God is ready when you are ready. Because He is always with us in everything we do. And so God cannot stare at a parked car. So you have to get moving. So God is not looking at that car that has been parked for years, right? I think He's looking at the ones in motion. If you just think, if you sit and crank your leg, maybe God is looking at you to do things overnight for you. I'm convinced that it is not possible. Yes, I'm convinced that it is not possible. Seriously, that is not possible. There are other great people that are known today. They took initiative. Nelson Mandela. Nelson took initiative. He fought for justice for South Africa. Nelson spent 27 years in prison. Guess what? He never gave up. Because his boldness changed that nation. Kofi Annan. He also took initiative in diplomacy, leadership, and eventually he became UN Secretary General. He promoted peace and development globally. And so to our listeners, to young people, this morning you are encouraged. I know you are listening now. And what idea has God placed in your heart? What problem do you see around you that you think you could solve? The time is now. Wake up. Take initiative. Fear the failure? No. So think. I know many a time you ask yourself, what if I don't succeed? But guess what? If failure itself is part of learning. The more you fail, the more you learn. Many a times I tell people, if you want to be perfect in something, always practice. Consistency is good, because the more you practice, it becomes part of you. Thomas Edison said, I didn't fail. He found 10,000 ways that couldn't work. 10,000 ways that could not work. But guess what he said? That was not a failure. So he used the ways he failed to learn from it. And I know today Thomas Edison is one of those great persons that is well known in the world. Do not wait to be told. Don't wait for people to say do this before doing it. As young people, you are waiting for instructions when they are called to lead. So when you are called to lead, don't wait for instruction. Start doing things. Take initiative. That is going to help you. That is going to shape the future of this generation. Do not feel too small. Don't feel too small to lead. Don't feel too small to take initiative. Don't feel too small to inspire. Don't feel too small to motivate. You've got a great potential in you that the world is willing to buy. Abigail Freeman, for example, in this small Ghana city, she started advocacy. She started preaching on child abuse. And today, Abigail is well known globally. Yes. Because she didn't sit. She didn't wait for instruction. She never had the fear of failure. She was bold. And she took initiative. Today, I know Abigail is proud of herself. Even you who listen right now, you are proud of Abigail if you know her. For parents, this environment is part of Abigail Freeman. So don't feel too small to take initiative. Who you are, you can make a difference. Remember that every big moment, it starts with small action. Every big moment starts with a very small action. So look at the problem and then act. Look at the problem and act upon it. See little in your community and then organize a cleanup campaign. Maybe you see this place, it's not clean. Take initiative, organize people. Do something. You see your friend struggling for something, maybe you can start a little prayer, or you have clothes, some hanging on your wardrobe, someone needs it. Give it out. Use what you already have. You don't need don't be a millionaire before you can do a little thing to somebody. What you need is the willingness to give out. So you must not be a millionaire or whatever it takes to do good before. So use the little you have to do something. Start small and you will grow. know that you are not alone. Never. And so don't despise the small beginning. God loves people who start small with a big heart. Start small, but then you should have a big vision. That's why we have long-term goal and short-term goal. So we'll talk about that in one of our presentations in the future. And so be consistent in everything you do. Initiative is not about just starting. It's not about starting. It is about continuity. Continue it. Even when no one notices you, you have to continue it. Be steadfast in everything you do. Be prompt in everything you want to do. And so today our time is up. We have 2 minutes past 8 o'clock. And so we will close here this morning and challenging you to take initiative. Take step. And so don't wait for that perfect moment. You can start from where you are right now, and someone's life may change because of that small thing you chose to do. And so initiative turns prayers into plans and faith into footstep. So let's take initiative, step out and do things that will improve our nation. And so we'll close on this note this morning with a saying from one Zikar. So Zikar says in one of his quotations that you don't have to be great to start. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I'll say it again. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Because maybe, like we said, you feel you are so young, you are too, maybe you feel poor, you feel you don't have anything to. No, start something, and that leads to greatness. And so on this note, we will call it a day this morning on Maggie 90.5. We'll now open the phone line for at least 5 minutes to take your calls, your comment, and you can make your point this morning on our discussing point, talking about youth initiative. We also brought a story about the engagement in the community where 3 persons were endorsed over the weekend on yesterday to study affairs of the Success community in Ganta. Mr. Ronald S. Quigley was endorsed to contest as chairman for the community, Madam Comfort Gono as chairlady, Mr. Junior Lawa as youth chairperson for the Success community. We also brought a story where a young lady allegedly mocked her boyfriend to death because he asked the fellow to go along and sleep at her house, and then the fellow refused. So angrily, she took stick and then knocked him at the back of his head, and sadly he lost his life. Okay, so we also wish to bring you more update and detail on our story in our subsequent news broadcast here on Maggie FM 90.5. And so 0881571 100, 0881571 0775 946 021. You can send your text messages, your call, and this morning we are committed to intercepting everything. And so let's take this musical break, and we promise to be right back as we give you our closing comment this morning on this first working day of the week, Monday, the first brand new working day of the week this morning. But then we'll take this Bible verse In fact, different type of verses this morning as we try to close doors to this presentation.
And shall not perish but have eternal life. John 3:16. But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8. I am the Lord, the God of all mankind. Is anything too hard for me? Jeremiah 32:27. But because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ even when we were dead in transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. Ephesians 2:4-5. Can you fathom the mysteries of God? Can you probe the limits of the Almighty? They are higher than the heavens above. What can you do? They are deeper than the depths below. What can you know? Their measure is longer than the earth and wider than the sea. Job 11:7-9. God is light, in him there is no darkness at all. 1 John 1:5. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Proverbs 19:21. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. 1 John 4:8. If our hearts condemn us, we know that God is greater than our hearts, and he knows everything. 1 John 3:20. The Spirit you received does not make you slaves, so that you live in fear again. Rather, the Spirit you received brought about your adoption to sonship. And by him we cry, Abba, Father. Romans 8:15. Be holy because I, the Lord your God, am holy. Leviticus 19:2. For there is one God and one mediator between God and mankind, the man Christ Jesus. 1 Timothy 2:5. Who can fathom the Spirit of the Lord, or instruct the Lord as his counselor? Whom did the Lord consult to enlighten him, and who taught him the right way? Who was it that taught him knowledge, or showed him the path of understanding? Isaiah 40:13-14. From 6 calamities he will rescue you, in 7 no harm will touch you. Job 5:19. As far as the east is from the west, so far has he removed our transgressions from us. Psalm 103:12. I saw the Lord, high and exalted.
Oh yes, 8 minutes past 8 o'clock this morning. That's how we come to the end of this presentation this morning on Maggie Morning Draft. Kindly accept our invitation to join us tomorrow for another splendid edition of Maggie Morning Draft. On behalf of the production team, my name is Zikar Vululleh, bidding you a pleasant and God-blessed working Monday. Stay blessed, be kind to your fellow human, take initiative, do what matters, and I can assure you that you will get the blessing from God. Thank you so much. Join us tomorrow, and let me say good morning to our listeners across the country, wherever you are. Our folks there in Bond County, in Lofa County, you are there in 0.5 Sando. I'm told we are monitoring that part of Sando County. Good morning to the folks there in Grant, Jida County. If you are there in Davis Dane Town in Bond County District number 1, good morning to you. In Panther District, you are there in Salala, you are there in Sanoe, you are there in Belefana, you are there in Calfine, inside Bond County. How you all doing this morning? I guess you're doing good. Here in Neighbor County, good morning to the folks there in Electoral District number 9, District 8, District 7, District 6, 5, District number 4. I'm told we are widely monitoring that districts. District number 4, District 3, District 2, and of course our host district, District number 1. How you all doing this morning? Thank you for listening. I just can't call your names, but just assure that Maggie FM cares and we know that you are there listening to us, always following us. But this morning, again, you are encouraged to come with your program at Maggie FM. Come with your jingles. We do coverage for church programs. Wedding anniversary, we do that for whatever celebration. We do coverage for wedding. Bring your church programs. This station is for the community, is for basically for the dissemination of message from God. And so if you are a Christian this morning, you are encouraged to bring your programs at the station, join the team, and let's spread the goodness of God. That is the primary goal for Magkie FM. So join us with the Christian programs. Come along with everything, and we can bring announcements for just little. Okay, so thank you so much. God bless you. Thanks to our CEO Corvinus Yamato. You are there in the USA, and you can say hi to your darling wife, Mistress Rita Mator, and the rest of the kids there in the home. Thank you so much for everything you keep doing for the upliftment of this station, and thanks to the workforce of Magkie FM 90.5. Good morning to all of you, the men Kag and Kake. I know you're getting ready for your exam tomorrow, which is success, and the rest of those writing the exam, the national exam, I wish you all well. You got to study your lessons, stay focused, don't be intimidated by anything. You got to stay focused and exemplify what you have learned in the past. Tell the world that you have learned something and you can do something. Good morning to Josephine Benwesewa, the iron leader of our staff, our cashier, and the rest of the folks here at Magkie FM. Thank you so much. I'm out. Join us tomorrow morning for another splendid edition of Magkie Morning Draft. Goodbye and have yourself a God blessed Monday morning.
This is Maggie's FM 90.5 MHz. Broadcasting quality programs of information.